Right, let's see how fast we can do this to just not waste anyone's time. This is a Citiz, Nespresso Citiz milk. You can have it without the milk. And in some places it's called the DeLonghi Nespresso Citiz. And the problem with this is that over time you're going to get your coffee coming out here, like about half the coffee, and then the rest of the coffee is going to come down on this side into the container in here. And that's just useless. And the thing that happens is that this place, right in here, it gets clogged up with like coffee debris from your pots. So let's just show you how I fixed this really quickly. I've seen some people taking it completely apart to get to this part in here, but you don't have to do that. The screws on this, just like, I guess it's proprietary screws from Nespresso. It's harder to get into than an Apple product. These are round. They're just completely ridiculous. You can't get these out unless you create your own tool. But you don't have to get that out, because I found out that the only thing you need to get out is this plate in here. This it's not actually metal. I've always thought it was metal, but it's just plastic, and it kind of reminds me of this thing. I'm not going to take it out because I just got it working, but it's kind of like this one, just black, and it sits in there, and it's full of small holes. These holes get clogged up, and then debris also flows into this. So the way I managed to get it out was I tried different screwdrivers, and this one turned out to be too long. The angle was just, I couldn't get a good angle in it in here. This one was too small. I couldn't get enough leverage trying to jam it out. And this one turned out to be absolutely perfect. It's also very narrow at the end. These are a little bit thicker at the end, and this is like almost razor bladey. And the way you need to get it out is put it in here, and then there's a certain place you need to hit. There's a wedge over the edge here. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Right over here. Now over here you have this little latch, and when you push it into this crack here, you can wedge it out by jamming it either this way from this side, or you can do the same thing on the other side. And there's a little bit of a ledge down there that you can put your screwdriver against and get some leverage going like this. And I managed to, it took me about 50 tries and it just slips. But in the end I managed to jam it out here, and this thing just pops right out. And in my case, there was actually only 2 of these small holes that were clogged up. So I don't think that was the main problem. But once I got into this, I took some compressed air and just blew up in this one. And a bunch of gunk just flew out here. And that seemed to be the problem in my case, because once I put this thing back in, there's a little bit of a ledge down at the end that needs to go on the bottom, as far as I could see. And you can't put it in from this side. You have to put it in from the bottom and put it back in. And I thought it might be a gasket or something, an O-ring that was either on this side or this side that was worn out, but there are actually no O-rings in here. There's no rubber in here. It's just plastic against plastic. And how that's not leaking straight out of the factory, that must be some Nespresso magic, but no, it works, and there's actually no gasket that you can change in this. And once I did that, there's no leak anymore. It's kind of like magic. So that saved me buying a new machine, just doing this. It took me like 5 minutes, and I didn't even have to take it apart. So I hope you found that helpful.